let's get lost on the floor. Live a wild life, you ain't seen this before. You should get brains and I mean this.
Hi guys, today I'm going to be doing a voiceover because I thought that would be fun, because lately we have been exploring some new hacking routes because we've been very bored in lockdown, and each week I've been going, well, almost every day I've been going a cycle and exploring new things, and I decided to take Clyde with me to some of them, and I thought it would be fun to take you guys along with them and do a little video of it. So I hope you guys enjoy this, make sure you like and subscribe, and let's get on with it. So the first thing I'm doing here is just getting Clyde all tacked up and ready to go. He's really good for getting tacked up, and then this was the first bit of the hack. Heidi would not go in the verge, and she was being very, very naughty, and it was very embarrassing because the van was waiting for us for ages, and it was a bit of chaos because then there was a massive lorry behind us, which is why I went to start trotting. And we just had to trot to the next bit because there wasn't like enough space for this massive lorry to get past with us standing in the verge. So I just had to kind of trot very fast, and it's really awkward when they're waiting for you for ages. And then we finally got to this bit, it felt like forever, and then there was some cyclists coming too. It was just all happening. Clyde was really good actually though. He just stood still, he didn't spook or anything. As you can see, this lorry coming, it's like really, really big. But he was a really, really good boy for it. I'm just giving him a little pat there for being a good boy. Here it comes. It is huge. I mean, what a good boy he is. Look at him, he's not even budging. Look how big that lorry was, and it was making loads of noise as well. Then eventually we got to this really nice canter path, and it's like, it's not like built as a canter path, as you can see, it's like a verge, but it's really nice to canter on, and the actual canter path was actually a bit hard to canter on because it hadn't rained in a while, so we decided to have a canter on this instead. It kind of looks like Clyde's cantering on the road, but obviously just confirming, he is not cantering on the road, he's cantering on the grass, because obviously we wouldn't be cantering on the road, but he really enjoys cantering along here. As you can see, his little ears are forward. Clyde does not put his ears forward that much. And there's just my family there. Sophie's riding with me as well, obviously. This was a little secret bit we found at the side of the canter path. It was so pretty. I mean, like, we'd never seen this bit, and it was like a little fairy place inside. I mean, look how nice it is, and we got some pictures there as well for the Instagram. This was us just walking back down the hill to get a little video for the Insta, as you do. Go follow TheFellPony if you haven't already. And yeah, it was just so nice, and we got some pictures in there as well because it was so pretty. That's just my mum there filming for me, as she is very kind. This bit was another verge that you can canter on. It's not like built as a canter path, but you could canter on it. This is where my camera started to get a little bit blurry, and I apologise for that. It gets fine towards the end again, but it is blurry for the next few videos. I think it's because I put my finger on it and it steamed it up, so I do apologise for that. But here was Clyde cantering along this verge. We kind of took it easy because my mum said last time she went there was a bit of loose fencing hanging out, so we weren't actually sure if it was still there or not, so that's why we took it easy, but it turned out it had been lifted up, which was quite good, so that's fine for next time. But just enjoy this little video of Clyde enjoying a nice canter. This was when we were walking along this kind of peninsula we'd found, and it's like a really small one, but it was really, really nice. And Sophie started to do TikTok dances as we were walking along, as you'll see in a second, which was not very fun because she literally did TikTok dances the entire way back home, which was not the most interesting. Here she is doing her amazing TikToks. TikTok's not quite my thing. I do have a TikTok for Clyde, but I don't really post on it very often. I try and post like once every few days, but my videos aren't like TikToks, they're just normal videos of us riding. So not really worth the follow, but here's just Clyde stopping again to look at the. He like looks at the view. It's like he's like he will not stop looking at it. He gets so happy, and the whole way along this place, he just kept stopping and looking out to the sea. It was so funny. And here he goes again. Look, he just stops, and then he's like, "Oh, what's that? That's pretty." He's so cute. Then here we are, we're just walking along, and Sophie discovered the little button on the top of her hat silk had fallen off, so that was her just getting off to go and get it. This tiny wee button that didn't even matter, but she decided it did, so we had to stand about for about half an hour waiting for her to find that, and eventually she found it, but it took her absolutely ages. I didn't really see why she needed to find a little tiny button, but she did. As you can see, my camera is really getting steamed up at this point, so I'm really sorry about that. I couldn't have done anything about it at the time because I had absolutely no idea that it got steamed up. Sophie is taking so long though, so I think we should just cut to get him back on. This is when Sophie finally mounted up again. She took absolutely forever to find a little button in her hat that we didn't even need, but that was a very stylish mount, as you could see. And then it was time to head back. So on the way back, we've actually found a new canter path, and this one my camera is at its worst blurriness, so I apologise for that. But at the start it was really narrow, so you couldn't canter, you could just trot, but then after the first little bit, you could go for a really, really nice canter, and it was actually quite a long path as well. So it was really, really nice, and Clyde kept jumping over the little ditches. They weren't like actual ditches, they were just kind of like ditches in the ground, if you know what I mean. But it was like really safe to canter on. It's not like it was dangerous or anything. Clyde was so excited though. He just loves going out hacking, and because we'd never been there before either, he liked that as well. This bit was when we had to go up this it doesn't look steep in the camera now watching it back, but it felt quite steep going up it. It was like almost vertical. But Clyde went up it really nicely, and then after this my camera's not as blurry as it was anymore, so I don't really know what I did to make my camera not blurry anymore. But here we were exploring again. We found another little path kind of hidden in the side of the canter path, and it was so nice inside. It's like a mini forest, but there wasn't like, it was really small, but at the same time it felt like you were in the middle of nowhere, but it was really, really pretty. And finally we are back at the first canter path we are at. Clyde was very excited to get a canter along this. I had to try and slow him down a bit because obviously I didn't want to be flying along a tiny verge that we were cantering on, but he was very good and he really enjoyed it as well, as you can see with his little ears. And we did just manage to get back to trot before we went on the road again, which was lucky. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure you like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!
Let's get lost on the floor. Live a wild life, you ain't seen this before. You should get brains, and I mean this.